High tea, a quintessential British tradition, evokes images of elegance, dainty sandwiches and scones piled high with clotted cream. The very mention of high tea conjures up visions of refined gatherings, delicate china, and an array of sweet and savoury treats meticulously arranged on tiered stands. However, the true history and nature of high tea are often misunderstood. Many people mistakenly believe that high tea is synonymous with the more formal afternoon tea, but this is far from the truth. It wasn't always the luxurious affair we often imagine. In fact, high tea has its roots in the daily lives of the working class, serving as a substantial meal after a long day of labour. High tea originated centuries ago as a practical solution for the working class, not an extravagant social gathering for the upper crust. It was a hearty meal that included meat, bread, butter, pickles and of course tea, providing much-needed sustenance after a hard day's work. Understanding its humble origins reveals a fascinating story of social change and culinary adaptation. The evolution of high tea reflects broader shifts in society from the Industrial Revolution to modern times, where it has been embraced and reinterpreted by different cultures around the world. Let's delve into the history of high tea, exploring its evolution from a simple meal to a cherished tradition enjoyed worldwide. By tracing its journey, we can appreciate how high tea has transformed from a necessity for the working class into a beloved ritual that transcends social boundaries and continues to bring people together. In the heart of the Industrial Revolution, as factories hummed with activity, the landscape of Britain was changing rapidly. The clanging of machinery and the hustle of workers defined the era, marking a significant shift from agrarian lifestyles to industrial labour. Amidst this transformation, a new meal emerged to sustain Britain's burgeoning workforce. This meal was not just about nourishment, it was a necessity for those who toiled long hours in the factories. This was the true origin of high tea. Unlike the delicate afternoon tea enjoyed by the upper classes, high tea was a robust and hearty meal designed to refuel the exhausted workers. Workers exhausted from long hours needed a substantial meal to replenish their energy at the end of the workday. The grueling conditions and physical demands of factory work left them drained, and high tea provided the perfect remedy. High tea, typically served around 6 o'clock in the evening, provided that much-needed sustenance. It was more than just a meal, it was a moment of respite, a chance to unwind and recharge. Unlike the lighter afternoon tea favoured by the upper classes, high tea was a hearty, savoury affair. It included meats, bread, cheese and other substantial foods that could satisfy the hunger of a labourer. It was a time for working families to gather around the table, sharing stories and replenishing their bodies after a long day's labour. High tea became a cherished tradition, a symbol of resilience and community in the face of industrial hardship. The terms high tea and afternoon tea are often used interchangeably, leading to confusion. However, these two traditions are quite different in their origins, customs, and the types of food served. While both involve tea and refreshments, they are distinct traditions with different origins and customs. Understanding these differences can enhance your appreciation of each. Afternoon tea, a more formal affair, originated among the upper class in the mid-1800s. It was a social event, often held in the late afternoon, where people would gather to enjoy delicate sandwiches, scones and pastries. It was typically served on low tables in drawing rooms, hence the name low tea. The setting was elegant, with fine china and silverware, creating a refined atmosphere. High tea, in contrast, was enjoyed by the working class and served on higher tables, often in the comfort of their homes. This meal was more substantial, serving as a combination of dinner and tea. The food served at high tea was more substantial, focusing on savoury dishes and filling fare. It included items like meat pies, cold cuts and hearty bread, providing the necessary sustenance after a long day's work. Understanding these distinctions helps in appreciating the cultural significance and the unique charm of each tradition. A traditional high tea spread was a testament to practicality and resourcefulness. It featured a delightful array of savoury and sweet dishes designed to satisfy hungry workers and their families. Cold meats, such as ham or beef, were common staples, often served alongside hearty pies filled with savoury fillings like steak and ale or cheese and onion. To round off the meal, sweet treats provided a touch of indulgence. Simple cakes, such as Victoria sponge or fruit cake, were popular choices, often enjoyed with a steaming cup of tea.